exciting, Max. Like, this is the final piece of the puzzle.
Yeah.
So, power systems. Everyone, you know, it's all about power. When you're off grid and when you're building these machines like we are, it's all about, well, how much power can we have to run all the stuff that we need? So Projecta have put together this epic board for us. So this is custom built to run on the 24 volt system on our truck, to take in the amount of solar that we've got on the roof plus solar blankets. Also the inverter to be able to run induction, cooktops, air conditioning, Starlink high performance, you name it. And this is it. Oh, Max got goosebumps. And that's not because it's cold, it's because I'm excited. Wow. Look at this thing. Guys, I don't even know what I'm looking at here. I'm not even gonna lie. So you see here, guys, we've got two 40 amp solar controllers. So that'll be enough to take in the solar on the roof plus our solar that we're going to have as far as solar blankets. So that's 80 amps an hour of input just from solar alone, which is great. Here we've got the DC to DC units. This is the IntelliCharge. So these have been put in parallel, whatever it be, whatever the word is, they've been wired in to take the 24 volt system that our alternator charges. So I believe that's a 90 amp alternator at 24 volts. So that's at 180 amp at 12 volts. So these two doggies here will be taking in quite a lot of ampage as well as these. So when we're driving, we're getting potentially, let's say 40 amps from our solar, and then we'll be getting full charge through these things from our alternator. Here we've got different types of controllers. So we've got our 6-channel switched output and then our 12-way output module. So what this allows us to do, there's a remote inside the car or screen, and we can turn things off with the screen. So there's constant powers and there's switchable powers through Bluetooth switches or even on our app. So we'll be able to turn things on and off from our phone in the truck. Everything, this whole unit here will do everything we need. And then we've also got a 3000 watt inverter charger in there. So that will go next to it. So now that this is done, it should just be plug and play. And I think that's what's so cool about these Projecta systems is that, look, everything's ready for me just to start plugging stuff in. And by the end of the weekend, we'll have power. So we're just gonna see where it's gonna go. Everything has been like, there's been lots of guesswork up until this moment. So it's like, I'm into my tent. Why is it always rains every time we do power systems on cars? Come here. Remember when I think the last time we did the combi, it was raining as well. Excuse my beard, everybody. Things are getting tough living on the floor at the mother-in-law's, but we've got the power system here. It's very, I just got off the phone to Projecta. So I spoke to Andy, I think his name's Andy. We're calling him Andy now. Spoke to Andy who built this board. So I got all the down low on everything, which is great. And it's going to tick all the boxes that we need. Now it's a matter of me wiring everything up. Now I've ran all the wires for this entire truck. We've got negative, positives, what diesel heater. Zuri went along and pulled off all my little blue tags. So there's a lot of things that don't have tags now. Great, thanks. So yeah, you know, Sirocco fans and stuff like that. So what I've got to do now is get this board fixed off in here. So you'll get a bit of a gist on how this is going to work. So that'll all get fixed off, and then I've got to put my batteries in. So there's a bit of a process. We've got a very tight space that's going to take me a bit of moving stuff around to put it all together. What's a lot of power? Well, I don't know. All I know is in the combi we had 200 amp hour. So that's two 100 amp hour batteries, and that was enough to never turn off our fridge, freezer, ever, with one little 200 watt solar panel on the roof, and it was fine. The downside of having that little bit of power is you're always thinking, how much longer can we stay here for? Oh, is the sun going to be out? We need a blanket. We need full sun in here. The trees are in the way. Da 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 da. It's a pain in the backside. We are putting 1200 amp hours of lithium battery in. So That's a lot. And I'll tell you what, most camper vans, most trucks, most anything would be fine with this 400. You put that 400 in there, you got plenty of power. But remember, this is going to be running, we plan on running aircon, we plan on running induction, cooktops, you name it. So, and I don't want to sit there and stress about power. Famous last words, because I can guarantee I will still stress about power, because it's just, you need something to stress about when you're on the road, don't you? But the best bit is, it is literally plug and play, Max.
That's amazing.
It's look, you've got all these things, just plug into stuff and things, just, yeah. They've
done an incredible job, and it just looks so tidy. That's going to be really exciting when we can just pull up and just show people.
Oh, well, the beautiful thing is that it's organized, the system's there, way better than what we had in the combi, when sometimes it charged, sometimes it didn't, it was on, it was off, things weren't working. But then that's what you get when you just build your own.
You get what you pay for.
Get what you get, and you don't get upset. So yeah, this will be, today will be mainly getting this fixed off and just me inside out wiring everything. So I've got to wire all these wires into the back of this auxiliary controller here. So that will be me for the next couple of hours.
So how long do you reckon it's going to take for you to install all of this?
Well, the biggest thing is get everything wired off and plugged in, right? Mm-hmm. And then there's a controller, a screen, and then I can start naming what things are on the screen. I can get my app and start making things work. Mm-hmm. There's no point me getting everything in, bolting everything off, and then turning it on, going, did it work? Did I miss a wire? I want to make sure I've sorted everything else first. We're going to have to go buy some more big dog wires as well, to get the length to allow us to fit everything that we need to fit. I may even have to do some welding.
Wow. Yeah. Lots of things to do.
Yeah, but this Max is like the icing. Like, it's the icing.
We've been waiting for this day, so
look, we've got 1200 amp hours of freaking power in there.
This was for us. Carsten said when this power board arrives, we are a week off hitting the road. So that's why we're so excited. Yes, we're excited about the power board, but also it means like we can actually get moving. This is it.
Yes, it is it.
This is it. But you still got a lot of work to do.
Oh, so much work to do. Fast forward to this very moment. We have been on the road now for probably 3.5 weeks, and we've put this system through the ringer. We are using it hard. So for example, right now on the batteries, I've got the aircon pumping, I've got that fan on, I'm charging my Makita batteries, I'm charging the electric bike batteries, and I'm running a pressure cooker right now, all off 240. So that's all going through the inverter. So if we look here, we've got this system. This is the screen. I don't think I showed you this installing the system, because all of this wasn't finished yet, but now it is here. You get a bit of an idea on how it all works. So this is all touch screen. That's the inverter button there. You'll see here the inverter is running 2,409 watts. So it's running at about 80% capacity. That's pulling, if you look up here in the corner, 237 amps. So that's 237 amps an hour. And we're pulling, you know, we've got a lot. We've got 231 volts going out of this thing. So it's crazy, but the system is great. You'll see here, everything's switchable. That's our water pump, pop top, the power. You can turn your lights off, all off from that point, or all on. So you've got the awning lights outside, the kitchen for up there, living. It's all controlled through this unit, but it's also on your app on your phone. So if you're outside or in bed, you can change all those lights, and that's what I really love about it. Also, you've got all your loads. So the awning, we can turn the awning on and off, so that way it doesn't just magically open while you're driving down the highway. I think that's a big one. And the same with your water pump. You can turn that off, so that way your water doesn't pump out while you're driving. So in this system here, it also shows you the level of your van. This is slightly out. I'd say I haven't secured it properly. Any errors that we've got there. Yeah, so I bloody love it. You can see there, like we're running we're running a lot of amps out of this. Everything's just on. I just thought, you know what, I'll turn everything on, and we're cooking a roast in here, and that's pulling big. Look at that. Oh yeah, that's awesome. But what I'll do is I'll take you outside and I'll show you the end result on the board out the back here. So you see here, I've got all the batteries on charge. All right, and here it is, just like you saw me installing it. It's now all fixed off and it's working. We're getting our solar in. The alternator isn't on, so they're not working at the moment. These are the little things that I put on my tires. I can put those on my tires and it'll monitor my tire pressures. So yeah, it works great. I ended up fitting all the batteries in there perfectly. I got all 3 in, I got the inverter above it, and then I was able to yeah, have all the room to then do all the wiring. So it was like, I reckon I had about 20 mil of room there. You'll see here, this is where I can plug in my 240 mains. So now that I've showed you that, there's no point me running that off the batteries. So that's a 15 amp plug, plugs in. Now I'm just running off mains. That'll then charge it up to whatever. These 2 ports here, they're for solar blankets. So if I end up running 2 additional solar blankets, I'm able to use those to top up my solar. So if we do another 300 or 400, we'll get a lot more amps in, into the batteries. So that'd be great. So yeah, that's it. So that's the Projecta system. If you've got any questions, just ask down in the comments. We'll put some information as well on all the different items and things that we've got of the system into the description, Max. Can you write that, please?
I can do that.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Next on the list, you'll see here, hot water system. Now, I love this thing. It took me a while to find something that would do what we needed, and that was, well, heat our water, but also heat our truck. We didn't want to have electric because that would absolutely rob this power system. So we figured diesel, right? We're carrying 300 liters of diesel on board. So why not utilize that? Why not tap into those tanks for the heating elements of everything we need? So the guys at Dieselheat, put it at the bottom of the screen there, Dieselheat make an epic little system. Now, it's a combination sort of system, which I hope I'm describing this correctly, but there's a furnace. The furnace heats the coolant. The coolant then heats the water, which allows you to have pretty much instantaneous hot water. Within like 6 or 8 minutes, you can have like 60, 70 degrees straight out of the tap, which is like crazy, isn't it?
It's bloody amazing.
It's bloody amazing. But at the same time, that coolant can be used to heat the air. So you can use it as a diesel heater. So what we've got underneath this seat right here, hopefully I can lift it up and show you. Ugh. There you go, peel those backrests off. Here, look at that. It's a bit dusty at the moment. So that down there is the system, and that's where we ended up putting it. The day we took delivery of that box, there was quite a lot of components in it. And yes, it can be overwhelming, but the information, the instructions of installation was unbelievable. Like, it was so easy to install, and then commissioning it was even easier. I had no issues at all. And I read the instructions. I read them good, about 100 times, just because I did not want to get this thing wrong, because we're going to use the absolute hell out of this. There's a big across the top of the box, it actually says, by opening this box, I hereby agree to read the installation instructions before I start. I'm glad they do that, because I'm one of those people that just go, she'll be right. So that has, they've pretty much told me what I've got to do straight up. Wow, this is exciting. We're putting bits in. Okay, we're putting bits in.
It looks really compact.
It's compact, and the best bit is it's sort of modular in a way, so you can make it fit long ways, short ways. Like, there's not just this, but the unit inside, there's a number of different ways, or ways that you can assemble it.
To be honest, I thought that was going to be a lot bigger.
Did you?
Considering what it's built to do.
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be heaps
Well, this is
bigger.
going to be great because when we go up, when we go through Europe, it's cold. When we go through Tassie, it's cold. We're going to probably do some things that are a bit different. We're going to actually go to cold places in winter, maybe.
Well, that's the plan.
That's the plan. And to hot places in summer. Because, you know, why would you do that? That's why we'll do it.
It is incredibly compact. That's what I'm loving about it. Looks like it's custom made for the space.
You got to think, that, and this is your hot water and your heating just there. And it runs off diesel. When everything's sort of plumbed in, it's going to be like set and forget. There are some other diesel heater or diesel heater sort of things on the market. They're all huge. They're all huge. This is compact and efficient.
And Australian made. I love that.
And Australian made down in Tassie. So in the bio, we'll have the link for these guys if you're looking at putting in a diesel heater or want to, instead of get rid of your gas and be running on lithium and diesel alone. Jump on their website, have a look at what they've got. There's a number of different systems. There's bigger ones, smaller ones, all sorts of ones. We've gone for, I don't know the exact number.
We'll put it on the screen.
We'll put on the screen exactly what this is. But the beauty of this as well, this is going to be able to handle high altitude as well, Max. So we'll be able to go high up in the mountains and it'll still be as efficient as ever. So yeah, you can get the system that best works for you. And it looks like the best system for me will be to get this where right here, I'm gonna have to cut this, weld a piece of steel through here, and then that will allow me to have the unit exactly where I want it. That is,
right.
Look at that. Look, you couldn't
Get your
ask.
weld on, babe.
You couldn't ask for a better spot.
Just what you wanted, more welding. Here.
I've worked out a good spot to put the diesel heater, the diesel hot water system. The biggest thing with this exhaust system and what I'm working out is I want this to be out of the way of rocks and crunt and pinch points and things like that. I could go and put it anywhere, but everything affects everything. It's just about trying to yeah, make it all work. Righto legends, got goosebumps. Yes, I know, I need goosebumps and I'm excited, and it's because today I have commissioned the water pump, all of the, pressurized the whole system, but not just that, our diesel hot water system and heater. And I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of stressing about it because I installed the heater and the hot water diesel hot water system from Dieselheat about a month and a half ago, and since then a lot has happened around here, so I didn't know, I'd kind of forgotten what I'd done and what I hadn't, and whether or not I disconnected some wires. So this morning I got straight into it. What's so good is in all their information here, there's like troubleshooting, there's a full commission rundown. So I went through, I checked everything in order like they said, and Gundavar, we have hot water. It's cranking now, you can just hear it. Remember, there's no seat on here at the moment, so but I had to put 15 litres of, just over 15 litres of coolant in there. I plumbed it into my diesel, my fuel line that runs to the engine, so I'm running purely off my diesel tanks that are on board, and it is cranking. That is hot. There is hot air coming out of that. But best of all, and here is the hot water. Look at that steam. Look at the steam coming off it. Oh, that's hot. Like that is nice and hot. I don't know if you can see the steam. That is cranking. So happy with that. So there you go. That is our outdoor hot water shower. So that's where we put it down here. And then underneath, that is our slide out kitchen. Underneath that is our diesel heater. So that's where the hot air all comes out. So we've used it. We've used it a lot. We went straight to the Blue Mountains, was our first week, and it hit like -3, something stupid. I think we've got some footage of it. Guess how cold it is outside, Sue. Let's have a look.
Okay, go in my back window.
It says 4 degrees, but that's a lie. We know it's a lot colder, don't we?
It's 100 degrees.
It's -1. I just went outside, and do you know that the grass is frozen?
Can I go touch it?
It hurts your feet.
I want to touch it.
Okay. Alright, Zoe.
Okay.
The grass is like really cold.
Okay.
Get it there and run on the grass. Run on it. It's gonna hurt your feet. It's cold. Over here, Zoe. Come over here and walk over here. It's freaking cold.
Not cold.
It is. It's so cold.
Like, my feet.
My feet are frozen. Quick,
My
get
feet
inside.
are hurting.
I know, because they're frozen. Quick, get inside. Alright, it is -1 outside. We've been sitting inside going, God, it's cold. And we've got this diesel heater pumping. But once you go outside, you realise actually how warm it is in here. I'm wearing a singlet and shorts, and it's so nice. Is that nice over there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We come in.
Oh, it's so nice, isn't it?
Yeah. Put our feet next to
Put your
it.
feet next to it. Throw those feet out, Z. It means Zoo. Z. Well, down here, Max, it's 26 degrees.
Yeah.
Down here, it's 26. Up here, it's probably about 19 because we've got so much heat loss through this. And, but yeah, Max, can you imagine if it was -1 in here right now?
Oh, hell no.
It'd be death, wouldn't it? It would not be fun. It was so cold, and if we didn't have that, we would have froze, and it was so nice in here. It was like, oh my God. There's one more thing that I've got to show you.
What?
Actually, no, I'm going to show you us using it. It's our water filtration system.
Oh, the WOMO.
The WOMO. How have I forgotten about the bloody WOMO? So you might have seen underneath there, we had a filter. I only just put that on the other day. I just came in the mail. I've been chatting to guys at WOMO. They're Australian built system, but a lot of the stuff's designed over in Europe, in Germany, I think. Probably wrong there. But they are cracking systems. You know, like you've got those white inline filters that you guys use, or some of you might use to fill like a pre-filter into your tanks. These guys have stepped up the game, and they've made a filter that you can take the middle out, replace. You're not throwing away into landfill, but you get so much more use out of those, and they purify the water even better. But that's not the only thing. That's called the WOMO Traveller.
Put it up on the screen.
We'll put it up on the screen, and we're going to be using these things out west when we start traveling deep into the outback. But the biggest thing and the coolest thing is sitting on my roof rack right now. Now it is a case. It's a case full of filtration system stuff. It means I'm not a scientist. I don't know what it is. I can't know everything. But what it means we can do, and I'll get a bit more information when we go to use it, but it means I can plug it into the power. I can pump any fresh water from a puddle on the ground, a dam, a stagnant creek, anything that's fresh water, not salt water. I can pump it from dirty water and put it crystal clear into our drinking tanks. And we will be trying that out. I'm excited. Actually, when we get out west, Max, I want to find the most yuckiest water. The most yuckiest water. And you're gonna Oh, maybe I will. I don't want you to get sick. But you shouldn't get sick because it's going to clear everything. It's got a filter. It's got an LED. Anyway, that's something I'm excited to show you guys as well. In the future. I can't be bothered getting up there on the roof rack to get it down. And we haven't got any fresh water here to show you how it works. So, you know what that means, Max?
Is that the end of the build series?
That's the end of the buddy build series, guys, and I'm so happy because now it means we can do the fun stuff.
Yeah, guys, we've been waiting for this moment where we can go tick, done, we've showed it, and now let's get to the fun stuff.
I know. So the next episode, my guess, is going to be a bit of a plan of what we are planning to do this year.
Yeah.
The next couple of years. We've had a lot of time to think about it. So stick around and keep an eye out for that next episode because, yeah, we've got some pretty fun shit ahead.
We sure do. See you then.